Ever get that feeling like something's just a bit off down there?
Uh-huh.
You know, maybe some unexpected dryness or discomfort, just things you weren't really expecting.
Yeah.
It's almost like your intimate health is this kind of mysterious terrain,
Yeah.
and you're never quite sure what you're going to encounter. But if you've ever felt that way, well, you're definitely not alone.
Not at all. It's actually a really common experience and something we hear about quite a bit. And, what we're going to explore today is actually a really fascinating link, one that might help shed some light on some of those unexpected shifts you might be experiencing. We're doing a deep dive into how your overall systemic health, and we really mean the whole system, can actually be connected to your vaginal well-being.
Yeah, that whole mind-body connection thing, right?
Exactly. And specifically, we're going to zero in on something called systemic lupus erythematosus, or SLE. You might know it better as just lupus. And we're going to look at its indirect influences.
Okay, so this deep dive is all about lupus and vaginal health. And we've been going through some really compelling research on this very topic, stuff that really highlights how connected these two areas actually are.
Yeah.
And what we want to do today is equip you with a much clearer understanding of these indirect impacts that lupus can have on vaginal health. And even better, we're going to point you towards some potential solutions so that you can feel much more in control of your vaginal health.
Yeah, definitely. We're all about giving you actionable information. So let's dive right in. Let's unpack SLE first, all right? So it's a complex autoimmune condition, but what does that really even mean, right? Well, it basically means that your immune system, which is supposed to be the defender of your body, the protector against all those nasty invaders,
Right.
kind of gets confused. And instead of attacking those invaders, it mistakenly starts attacking healthy tissues and organs in your own body.
Oh, wow.
And this can affect different parts of your body. And we're talking everything from your skin and joints to even really vital organs like your kidneys and your heart.
So that's a pretty big deal.
Absolutely.
So now we're talking about lupus. We're talking about vaginal health. At first glance, you wouldn't really think they were connected. But the research that we've been looking at actually shows us that while SLE itself doesn't directly cause vaginal issues, its far-reaching effects, all those different impacts it has throughout your body, those can definitely have an indirect impact on your intimate wellness. And we're talking about the widespread inflammation that comes with lupus, how well your immune system's working overall, and even some of the side effects that can come with the medications used to manage the condition.
It's a really, really important distinction to make. And because of these sort of roundabout pathways, these indirect ways that lupus can impact vaginal health, if you are living with lupus, it becomes even more important to really be proactive about your vaginal health. It's not just an afterthought. It needs to be a core part of your overall well-being, your comfort, and just how you feel in your body every single day.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Now, one thing that really stood out to us when we were going through the research was this whole concept of the vaginal microbiome. Sounds super scientific, right?
It does, but it's actually a very simple concept when you break it down.
It is. And it's vital. It's incredibly important. So let's kind of demystify that a little bit.
Absolutely. So the first thing to understand is that a healthy vagina is not a sterile environment.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're taught to think, right?
Right. And it's actually a really thriving ecosystem. And when everything's balanced and happy down there, you have beneficial bacteria that are the real MVPs. They're kind of running the show. And the primary players, the stars of the show, are lactobacillus species.
Lactobacillus, we've heard that before.
Yeah, you've probably heard of them in connection with yogurt and probiotics.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they're down there too.
Yeah.
And they do some seriously important work. They create this slightly acidic environment with a pH level ideally falling between 3.8 and 4.5.
Okay, so we're talking about pH, like how acidic or alkaline something is.
Exactly. And that acidity actually acts as a natural defense mechanism. You see, a lot of those less friendly microbes, those troublemakers, they really don't like acidic environments. So by keeping things nice and acidic, the lactobacillus are making it really tough for those troublemakers to take hold and cause problems.
So it's like having this tiny little army of good guys down there constantly working to keep things in check.
I love that analogy. It's spot on. And this microbiome, this little army of good bacteria, they do way more than just fend off the bad guys. They actually play a critical role in your local immune response down there, too.
Oh, interesting.
So they help protect against all those common issues that we've talked about before, things like bacterial vaginosis, yeast infections, and even those pesky UTIs, those urinary tract infections.
That's amazing. I never really thought about it that way. So this little ecosystem is kind of running the show.